technology screens and our FLE BT company. As I stated many times that the FLE technology is our last projection screen. Paint, we're not developing any more paint. We're done. What was that, people? A very couple of long hours of work working on a few projects. But anyway, it's the last screen paint. We're not making any more screen paint. That's why we call it the mother of all screens. It does everything we need it to do. We wanted the ultimate screen paint to be our final screen paint, something that covers just about everything. The other technology we're working on are called coatings. They're used for basically for applying and making our own physical screens. It's a whole different type of formula that we're working on. And this is for the legendary Spartan collection, the rare limited edition screens for our gaming projection screens, the glass screens, which is involved the Sugar Plum Fairy and the gaming screens for the guys. We don't have a particular title for those. I have no idea what we call them. We got a name for them, but I got to go into the account and put what the name is for them. Let me see. That's the Apex Gamer. Let me go over here and refresh my page on top of that. We added a bunch of new stuff onto it. So I keep these updates in here so people know, because I'll have people contact me and say, hey, no, I didn't realize you guys did this, and we didn't realize you did that, and this is the reason why I put a ton of updates to give people information on what happened to the company, why the company's changing, why we're doing this, why we're going in this direction, why we decided to make this final decision. That's why I put all these updates in. So this right here is the Apex Gamer. This is not a screen paint. This is an actual physical screen. We're going to have a tabletop screen with this one, and we're going to have a gaming mat that you can play off the floor with it. And it's going to have 3 types of screens, which are going to be a form of stretchable blackout cloth material, ranging from 100 inch to 150 inches, which is the biggest. So it'd be like 120, so 100, 120, and 150. I may do a 235.1. I haven't decided yet. I think we may do a 235 because people were talking about wraparound screens that they wanted with the Apex Gamer. It's a blackout cloth material. So we may put in a 235.1 for you PC gamers out there. I would certainly like to have one myself, to tell you the truth, honestly. So this is going to be a physical projection screen. There is no screen paint involved in this whatsoever. The glass screens that we have, which are under the Sugar Plum Fairy, they're all glass projection screens. Everything down to the Pink Widow, they're all glass screens. So this is going to be a complete glass screen. I think 20s, 40s, and 50 inches they're going to be designed in. So this is the Sugar Plum Fairy. And what do we have? This at 5. Yeah, we got to change that. That's now going to be 10. We don't use Heitner Technology 5 anymore. I think that's Unicorn. Yes, Unicorn. That's going to be glass. That's physical. And FLE Extreme Pink Black Widow, which is definitely going to be a physical screen. The screens are going to be glass. So before they come in special casing, we had to ship them special casings, and we can't even ship them by United States Postal Service. They're going by a different carrier. This is why I invested in the Pitty Bowes system for weighing our packages, because these are special packages. You're not going to be able to find a flat rate box to put these in. It's virtually impossible. So we have to have our own form of weigh system to weigh and see how much the packages will cost us to ship. So I invested in the Pitty Bowes system. This right here is, we have the AFX. This is a wallpaper. Oh, we may have to change that. That can't be wallpaper. They're glass screens. Yeah, I gotta get in there and change that. So I gotta go over these sites over and over again. It was wallpaper, we changed it to glass. So this is Leviathan, this is all glass. Where in the world do I go and change that at? That literally has to be changed. You can't have it like that. It's just wallpaper. We don't want to have people thinking they're wallpaper screens when they're actually glass screens. Let me see, where's this screen at? That's the girls, let me see. That's the Quasar. No, that's there. Change that over into from wallpaper. Where do you have it at wallpaper? It's got to be in the, or it's got to be in that one. All right, I got to go over my site. I'm tweaking my site. Wallpaper, wallpaper. All right, you would be in the page. Oh wait, it'd be the page. Here, it'd be in the, where we haven't done is wallpaper. That says glass. That says glass. The title say wallpaper? That says glass. Where's wallpaper coming back? Here. Ah, found it. It's right here. This is where the error is at. Alright, we gotta change this. This can't say wallpaper. This has to say glass. There we go. There was a mix up in there. Glass. We're gonna check the other one too. Alright, so these are physical screens. So I have to go back in, I gotta check everything. So that's glass. Okay, cool. Let's save that. So that reads as a glass projection screen. Glass gaming projection screens. Okay, that's perfect. Let me get the Sugar Plum Fairy. If hers is saying the same thing too, if it's not saying wallpaper. Switch me over. There we go. What are you saying? FLE Extreme. This section right here is very important. This tells how your Richmond palm comes up. Glass. Okay. Save that right there. Alright, so I had to go in and fix that, get that done real quick. Let me go publish this, so this is done. Alright, go back over here and hit the refresh. And it shouldn't say wallpaper anymore. There we go, it says glass. Okay, perfect, that's what we need. Alright, so this right here, these are the gaming screens. They're all glass. None of them involves any form of screen paint. As I said before, we are designing special coating. The coating is not for sale. It is only designed for our screens only, our physical screens only. We're also bringing out our own form of custom blackout cloths, materials. As a matter of fact, while I'm on here, let me come out of this and let me go to what's new. What's new? Coming soon, and I'm gonna put down here future projects. Come on, work with me. Don't struggle. Come on, let me stretch it over. Now, what makes the Quasar so interesting? The Quasar is basically made from several platforms of our screen paint products, which means we took 10 of our best screen paints and we basically used that to design the platform of Quasar. That's why they do so much. That's why they can be projected off ceilings, they can do floors, they can do tables, they can do just about anything they want. That's why they're designed that way. You can take them outside, they can drop at 1,000 lumens. 8s can drop at 1,000 lumens with no problem. This technology has the same thing as 8s have. The ability to be able to look like a 720p to compare it to a 4K, we've done these demonstrations tests, it has that capability. And again, you can use this technology in fully lit environments. You don't have to worry about your screen washing out or fading, because that's one of the biggest problems people have when it comes to projection screens, is your screen washing out or fading. I'm going to put down George, and I'm going to put down, show the side of this. I'm going to put down upcoming future projects. Upcoming future projects. So upcoming future projects means after this, like I said, Quasar's the last. We're done. You don't have to make any other screen paint. It does everything it's designed to do. So everything else is now all physical screens. All the glass screens are all physical. As I said before, we got custom-made blackout cloth surfaces, because I've never seen a 235.1 or a 239 1610 and a blackout cloth surface. Never seen one ever. We're going to do customization, which means if you have a particular size you want, we can do a customization size for you. Inflatable screens, we're in the process of having our own inflatable screens. So I said we have big projects set up. I want my own inflatable screens, my own lineup of screens, and I do have a family member that is a certified engineer. He's going to basically start the progress on basically building our own motorized projection screens, because I do want my own fixed frame screen. So these are some of the projects we're going to be working on as our company starts to grow. I want my own product line of everything. I want my own form of fixed frame screens. I like the fixed frame screens because, again, the building these things, fixed frame screens, I consider them to be old technology. That's why they started making the frameless. The frameless are the new version. Besides the ones with the real thick velvet frame, those are the older versions. But even with the newer versions, I bought 2 of those from Elite Screens. They're nice, they're lightweight, but still there's assembly required. And some people just don't want to build. Wallpaper surface, fantastic. My wallpaper surface, when I get done, I can roll it up, I can stick it in the corner, it doesn't take up any room, it's easy to hang up, and there's no assembly required. So, with that being said, that's going to be our form of the fixed frame screen, and basically we're just going to have wallpaper technology, which means we can have those in any size we want. Instead of being stuck with the 4x8, we can get sizes of a 50-inch, 120s, 135s, even odd sizes like 124. If you have this weird shaped area where you can't put the average screen in, we can actually customization for you. So that's the kind of stuff we're working on. We have another fellow who's coming, like I said before, he has a 3D printer big enough to print a car. This thing is huge. He's going to be customized printing our screens. We want to be able to Lego our screens together, like snap them together at will. So there's a lot of cool stuff we're working on. And with visible technology, he can print out invisible screens for us. And we just code with our technology and boop, done. So I am going to be doing a lot of interviewing once we get to that point. I'm going to be bringing on some professional painters. These are people that do custom paint jobs for cars. We're bringing the big boys for all this stuff. I've got a graphic artist coming in. She's going to be doing all the work for the gaming screens, all the illustration, all the artwork, everything. We're going to bring in a patent attorney, everybody we need to bring in. So the minute we design something, it can be locked in. We got a legal team already there set up to lock it all in and get it done. I got a whole system what I'm building. And the first stage to get this done is the office. That's what's needed. Because that's where the clients come in. This is where the big money rolls in. It allows us to be able to start building our capital and start designing better stuff. Like I said, the wavy screens they make, the ones you have no choice but to buy because they're cheaper, you're really supposed to be using tension screens. Tension screens are far better than the traditional screens. I've had bunches of tension screens. I know the difference between the two. If you're running ultra short throw, you can't run ultra short throw on a regular screen because any little ripple, any little wave, your image becomes distorted. That's how you're going to find out if your walls are flat or not. So I want to make all tension projection screens and make them at a price that would be the same price roughly around you would pay for a good maybe roll down screen. That's the kind of stuff I'm working on. So let me see. We had future updates. We had this in future. That's down there. Updates projects we're working on soon. So we don't need to make any more screen paints. Everything we're making now are formulas. These are special formulas for coding applications. They're designed completely different. Their drying application time is extremely fast because we have to do them in multiple screens, and the paint on application is a lot different, a whole lot different. These are products that are going to have trademark secrets locked onto them. They're going to have their patents and everything else we need, and we're not using patent pennies. We're going to use all provisional patents on these. And if you're thinking at the end of the day, well, maybe the no. Quasar coding is completely different. I learned that you have to do that. You have to make them different. You can't have them all exactly the same because you're going to have a problem in the long run. So no, they all have to be different. Let me see. You want to put down something there so that doesn't disappear. I'm going to put down customization blackout cloth material. Come on, let me finish first. Customization blackout cloth material. Customization blackout cloth. It doesn't really understand that part. Let's help it out. Why are you all in caps here on this? Sheesh. And one of the things I've never seen a motorized screen in 235.1. I don't know why they don't make them. They should make them. I use 235.1. I would like to have one, so I'm making one. So I've never seen one. So the blackout cloth material that they make, I don't like it. There's one company I do like. I do use their material. I do like theirs, but I don't like the blackout cloth material. There's so much missing from it. When it comes to inflatable screens, I've done dozens of inflatable screens. I've bought dozens of them to test them out. It wasn't more just painting on them. It was exactly seeing how fast it would take for the setup, where they put the blower at on the back of them, because the ones that have the blower that has a tube that comes out and it sticks to it, I hate those things. Because that means you're going to be, depending on how long the tube is, if it's a good maybe 2 feet, you're going to be 2 feet from the wall or wherever you're going to have it at. I like it better when the compressors are inside, which is much better. The noisy compressors, I don't like. You gotta all the time. I don't like hearing that, and it constantly has to feed power all the time. So we want to make something a little different. Now they do have the ones that actually react much like a beach ball. You blow it up, you snap it in, and you're done, just like that. But they're extremely expensive. They're used for pools, so you don't have to have electrical cable running from your inflatable screen into the pool. They make the ones now that are inflatable, like a beach ball. You blow it up, stick it on there, you can watch movies off of it. It has these sandbags that anchor down into the pool, and that's it. But as I said, they're very, very expensive screens. So, and on top of that, it's a white screen. So we come up with our version, It'll be a black screen. It'll be much cheaper. And on top of it, they're going to add some other cool stuff to it, but I can't tell you about because that's kind of an all-secret thing. We can't tell you some other stuff we're going to add to it, which is going to be pretty sick. See, that's why I say everybody's doing the bare minimum. They're doing the bare minimum, but they're charging you a lot of money in the process. So if you look at the Quasar technology compared to any other screen paints, them things are stuck in the dark. You can't turn the lights on a gray and white screen. It's not going to happen. Not even gunmetals. Gunmetals can survive in really well-lit environments, but still, the whole purpose of the gunmetal technology is the contrast. That's why the screens are super dark, because they're contrast levels. That's what they brag about, their contrast levels. The ability to be able to draw in lots of light, the ability to not fade out or wash out, all that. That's what they're designed to do. But when you got a screen that has an Infinity 1 contrast sitting on top of it, that screen pulls the blackest level you could possibly ever think of, and is not requiring to have an expensive projector to fix or get darker shades of black. Now, if you have a certified screen, you spend $5 grand for the screen, you're going to spend more money for the projector, because the higher your contrast level, the better your shades are going to pop up. Where your screen's actually 100% black, that means if your projector has somewhere roughly around 100-to-1 contrast or 50-to-1, it doesn't make a difference. You still can build the Infinity 1. This is what I had to explain to the investors that actually were down there looking at the technology. So very easy. So that means it's not required you to have an expensive projector. Now, another thing too on top of that is, if you consider the fact that if you don't have to spend a lot of money for your projector. The screen paint, what the Quasar does is, like I said, it has projector mapping applications. I'm a part of the art community, so I work with a lot of artwork, sculptures, and stuff like that on my off time, and to have projector mapping applications where your screens can read a 100% black level, especially if you're doing a star field or anything involved with that. And our screens can actually read color, because we can take a black sculpture and we can change it to any color we want. We can make liquid bounce off that thing if we want to. There you go. And what I've learned in being in the projector mapping community with the Lifeform system, I found out a lot of the projections were done on white surfaces, which again becomes a problem because you can't read all that. Screens wash out, you're stuck in the dark all the time. Yeah, it's not going to work too well in an art gallery. But anyway, and then we have an invisible version of it, just in case if you don't want to change the infrastructure of the surface, you don't want it to be all black, you know what I mean? Because you have a sculpture there with some artwork or anything you have in there, we have a coating that can come on invisible and can read a 100% black level, which you saw with the ad tech, with the woman with the black makeup reading through the glass. Anyway, FLE technology under Quasar can produce all floors in fully lit environments. And mind you, before you say, well, the projector's sitting 4 inches from the screen, come on now. I've seen gray screens that can't pick up at a foot away from a screen. In a fully lit environment, you can't pick up, so you can't pick up at 4 either. You can't read a contrast level at a foot. You can't read it at 4 inches. You can't even read it at 5,000 lumens with the projector sitting 3 inches from the screen, because I did the demonstration and test already. You can't read it, period. And keep in mind that projector mapping applications, contrast levels won't read on a gray or white screen. They can't register it. But our technology can register white level. I can read right into my screen with the white level laser off a projector mapping application setup. You can't do it on a gray screen. A gray screen will pick up the white, it'll pick up the colors, will come up faded, but it can't read the contrast level. That's why they're useless when you use them for projector mapping applications, because it can't be done. And keep in mind, if you're doing a dome ceiling, you can't actually hit that with a projector that's producing a square image, which is going to be a nightmare to try to do that. So you have to use mapping technology to paint the infrared into that little circle dome to get it to pop up there. And they don't read on gray or white screens. There you go. Anyway, I would love to see somebody challenge me in that theory right there from the NASA. You don't even know anything about projector mapping applications, so again, stay in the lane. Anyway, submersive technology. We know more about invisible technology than they do at the end of the day, because we've done more demonstrations with invisible technology. That technology has a counterpart to it that allows the screen to be submersible, which means they can be stuck on the screen. Projector mapping application community. This means that they can basically project fish underwater or anything the freak they want. And I've seen people use it for koi fish or giant fish tanks or any kind of abstract art they can possibly think of. So it comes in handy in that point too on top of that. fast drying time. We did multiple demonstrations of the screen being sprayed in and rolled in. Pretty easy to do on code application, so easy, doesn't require any instructions. And it can read outside at 1,000 lumens when most screens that you have out there today can't even pick up under the 2,000 benchmark, which is pretty poor. It is very poor. So, projector mapping applications, basically outdoor capabilities, ultra short throw compatible, especially for a black screen, which is extremely important. The Quasar does everything, and it's going to be utilized like crazy out there. There's a couple of people that I know have apartment complexes that they are building, and they thought it'd be sweet to put a little movie theater in there for their customers, and our technology can be painted on just like that with no problem whatsoever. No complicated instructions. So that's why the Quasar is considered to be the mother of all screens. On top of that, it can take out certified screens, and it's fully tested. It has a batch number sitting on top of it for verification, and the investors like that. There's a guarantee on this thing. Doesn't match any form of black fabrics or films and any of that stuff, which is a very important test to do. Are we here? I think we're over here. Now, inflatable projection screens. I can't express this enough. If you have not done enough testing on an inflatable screen, and I mean not just the front and rear applications of one, but actually just front projection, which uses a special kind of PVC surface that is extremely temperamental. I mean, this stuff can bubble and peel in direct heat. It can crack and peel, because mind, this is a screen that's not stationary. It's a screen that will come down over and over again, deflate, 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 over and over again, and it's going to crack and peel. If you haven't properly tested your product correctly, you could damage someone's inflatable screen. And keep in mind, if you were to fold it up, and this thing had some kind of moisture in it from the outside area, outside weather, anywhere from the heat or anything, any kind of sweat pockets in there, the screen when it dries can literally fuse together, which means when the customer comes back to open up the screen, it's stuck. And you have to pay for this. And keep in mind, getting the replacement screen for an inflatable is an absolute headache, because I've done it already. So you're better off just replacing the whole thing. It's much like the whole TV theory. So if your stuff isn't properly tested and you don't have enough information on this, which I did see someone paint an inflatable screen with black paint, and I can literally see where they used the roller, and you can see the imperfections, the blotty look to the surface. Some areas were lighter, some areas you can see where light was pushing through. It was a really bad job. Definitely a bad job. And it was coming up way too dark. To where the white on white demonstrations, 1,000 lumen projectors used on a white level demonstration, we did one of those basically back to back on the ultra short throw and long throw at the same time. Oh, I forgot, I gotta put my test in too. Let me see. Customization blackout for projected screens. Might make these acoustics. Yeah, might make them acoustics, because they're all done in one. That's why I'm probably doing a separate screen for acoustics. So let me put down acoustic. Now, we know we got the naysayers to sit there and say, oh, no, like, I'm contracted. Do you know that? Oh, I've got that, isn't it? Yeah, I'm contracted now. 3 contracts and growing. Which means the more people that go into my office to check out my technology, they'll see it up front. They'll see the same presentation I do on YouTube all the time. That means I nail a contract. And contracts are different. Way different. So we're guaranteed a certain amount from each contract. And they're going to order a lot. Because what they can do with this stuff, the sky's the limits on what they can do with this technology. Way beyond. We covered every field. That's what we were supposed to do. So we're good. We're definitely good. I can literally decide to basically cut off all customers and just deal with companies only. Right now, at this particular stage, I can do it. And you would have to go through them at the end of the day, and they're not going to charge the same price, which again, that's going to be a little problem right there. I'm sorry, but it may happen. So we'll see what we can do. If we make a separate formula for them, which I was talking about before, that'll be just for distributors only, then they can charge whatever they want. And then we can have what we have. And it's going to be a whole different topic, something to think about. It's another bridge we have to cross when we get there. That's all. That's all. It's another bridge when we get there. All right, customization, acoustic blackout for projection screens. That's coming soon. I do want my own inflatable projection screens. Just no 235.1 inflatable projection screen. Like, really? Well, we've had these things. Ultra widescreen inflatable projection screens. None of these are widescreen. So widescreen for an inflatable means just a giant screen. That's all it is. But they don't do widescreen. I've never seen a 235.1 and an inflatable projection screen. But they're not hard to make. If you've ever taken one and look at it, I've actually had one basically old screen. You got a chance to basically see how it's all meant and how it's all put together. And a friend of mine, she's a tailor. She does sewing and all that stuff. That was easy to make. The proper material and everything, she can make them. So I'm bringing in a couple of professionals for all this. Yeah, they don't make a 235.1. The anchor system too is pretty bad. I don't like the anchor systems that they use. It's all going to have to be altered and changed. We have a different anchor system we're going to use. We can't say much about it. All that's in secret. So we'll see when they come out. You'll see exactly how they're designed. It's not going to be your normal looking inflatable screen. Let me see. What else do we want to do? Oh, motorized projection screen. Tension. Motorized tension projection screens. Motorized tension projection screens, not springs. That's wrong. Motorized tension. Legendary limited edition rare. Okay, I forgot to put my rare in there. Sheesh, I'm doing all the work for this thing. Rare. These are the screens that are almost nearly impossible to get one of these. To get one of these, you're extremely lucky. One of them, out of the group, we make one a year. That's it. One a year. The rest of them are 5 every month. That's it. So we pick which distributor will get a chance to have one. It's one per distributor. That's it. And I plan to have this screen at a show because I want as much publicity for this whole product line, for this particular set of technology. I want it to be broadcasted. I'm bringing in a advertisement team that's going to advertise your technology. As I said before, I'm not going to be doing this much longer. This right here, you won't be seeing any of this anymore. So I'm going to bring somebody to do my websites for me, all my updates, the graphic designer to do all the artwork, everything done. Only thing I have to do right now is just sit back, research and development, sit up with meeting with clients, and basically sign contracts. That's it. I'm bringing in my own people. So what you're seeing is the last of the last. Let me see. And the reason why legendaries and these screens will sell out fast, these screens range from anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 for these units, these screens. So it comes down at the end of the day, we got to have expensive. I got to have something really high class, crazy expensive. So I want a really crazy expensive screen, but I want it to be super rare. And the reason why I want it to be super rare is because if you've been around people of great wealth, they're a little different. They're interesting. And the reason why they're interesting is because, you know, if Bob across the street can afford this limited edition Mercedes-Benz, and say, the other guy, Frank, he can afford it too. They both got money. Everybody's got money that lives in that community. It comes down to getting something so super rare that even if you have the money, you still can't get it. That's what the world's like. That's how the world functions. Because you can buy the same thing I buy. You're rich just like me. But if I get something that's super rare, that I know that they only make like 2 of these in the entire world, and the timeline they make these, and I got one, that's what they like to do. So they get one of these screens. One of them we make once a year. So extremely rare. So those screens will have no problem selling out. And the marketing team, I got to market these screens. They're going to be using some pretty insane projectors because we have to cater to what they like at the end of the day. So we're going to be using 8K machines on these, Christie's, and those are my favorite projectors. I love Christie projectors, 8K. I can actually get one of those projectors. So this screen's an absolute beast. Yep, they're around 10 to 20 grand for them, and they're extremely rare to get. And I know we get people that will come in that will pay us extra for those screens, just for the simple fact. Just for the simple fact, if Frank has one of those screens, I forgot to name the other guy, let's just say Bob. Bob will pay 60, 70, 100 grand for us to get him one of those screens. So he can say, hey, I got the same thing you have. Yeah. Yep. But we don't do that. Not going to be a normal looking screen either. It's going to be a little different. So, legendary. Matter of fact, one of the screens is Spartan. Spartan's one of them, part of that collection line. There's 7 of them. The last 7, the 6th one, we have 6 screens. They're one of the ones that we make 5 a month, and the 7th one basically is once a year. And the screens are so rare, even beta testers can't even touch them. They can't even go near them. So let me see. That's a legendary edition. Legendary limited edition rare. And then we have the Cinema Flow. Cinema Flow. Can't tell you what that is. Gamer screens. So we got the, are they up there? Yeah, we have these are the links That will take you to all the show pages involving the glass screens, all of them up there, wallpaper, Apex Gamer. This is what's coming soon. And then this is upcoming and future projects we're going to be working on. We're also going to be working with hologram technology. This involves the projector mapping applications. And we're going to be working on a virtual fish tank. It's a whole different type of screen, whole different structure. I'm really tired of looking at one screen. I want to build something completely different. So we're going to build something different. Virtual visual fish tank. FLE technology. Now, as you notice, YouTube's name has changed. Yes, because again, I told you, as we start to get near the month, the Black Series Edition Crystal Edge, we have already bought domain names for what the company is going to be called. The GoDaddy account we're getting done, that one right there is going to have the official name of our new company, involving the VIP server, which we're going to be building basically for our community that we want to build, wrapped around all this technology we're developing. So we need something where we don't have a bunch of names. It's just a nightmare. We have all these different companies. That's a freaking headache. At the end of the day, we need one company that stands for everything. So, are the pages going anywhere? No, they're not. We got all kinds of cool stuff in these pages. I'm going to be upgrading everything on the pages. Well, not me. He's going to be doing it. I might just hire 2 people to do it. Honestly, just 2 people. That'd be a lot of work for one person. Just 2 people to do it. But anyway, so those pages, Black Series Edition, Crystal Edge, are going to be converted to information pages because they have all this tons of information. That's what we're building right now. And those pages bring in a ton of traffic. They're going to basically feed in for information and they're going to redirect everything to the main page, which is going to have the marketplace, the new marketplace, everything on it. It's going to be pretty cool. And I want interactive software with it too. So guys, the company's going to do interactive software. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff that you can do with the site. It's going to be pretty interesting when we get done with it. If you're wearing headsets, it's going to be a treat. That's why I said when we do stuff, man, we do stuff way different than everybody else because I don't want to really be on the same level as the same traditional screens that ambient light, dark environment, and calibrating. I don't want to be a part of that mess, no. I can figure a way how to basically give myself a whole different identity and separate from that. I'm pretty sure I'm trying to figure that one out. This is going to involve the virtual fish tank. Let's see. Projector mapping. No, projector mapping. So people that are into projector mapping applications, we got some really cool stuff we're going to be working on. That's going to change the way your projector mapping applications work. Now, mind you, some of the codings we have for projector mapping applications, these are a little bit more different than what we have for the Quasar. But these companies usually buy projector mapping applications. So we're going to be starting off somewhere between a gallon all the way up to 10 gallons. But they coat buildings with this stuff. And you're going to be able to do a lot of cool stuff with this stuff. And then when we get done with it, it's going to be super interesting. So 3 of the prototypes I'm actually building. A Vortex, which I'm still building at, but we'll show that off at another time. Not at my workplace, but we're showing it off when we're on the site to show it off. And we're going to be building something called the Cube, which I can't show you and I can't talk to you about. So, projector mapping projects. And this is for the projector mapping community. I might do panels too. I love doing the panel systems. Let me do a panel system. I did a panel system a long time ago. I think I might go back and do a panel system. Let me see something. Panel system. This is why it pays to do your work at the end of the day. I can literally go back and just dig up stuff that I've already did already. I had somebody contact me a while back talking about curved projection screens. We've done that. We can show you how to build them. And do it with one projector, because you usually have to have 2 and 3 projectors to do it. Let me see. Black out the screens. Have fun. Great. There we go. So we know we get people at the end of the day that feel they know my business. You don't know anything about me at all, period. Nothing at all. You don't know my plans, what I'm working on, what I'm working. Yeah, trust me, it's way beyond what anybody's thinking right now. We're on a whole different level. We got technology to eat sunlight at the end of the day. So when you basically hit that plateau, you can design whatever the heck you want. And once we reach ad tech, and ad tech is going to have a version of it that's going to be a TV projection screen set up, a wallpaper TV. It might be a wallpaper. I haven't decided on that one yet, but I want to do something different with the structure. But anyway, this technology is going to allow us to be able to allow a customer to open up their curtains and let the sun push through, and they can sit there and they can watch a movie. Something that an OLED can't even do. So with that being the case, yeah, we got big plans. AdTech has its own world by itself. So let me see. We are going to do, I want to do panel screens. I know I took a couple of these things. Did I get that right? Yeah, I'm going to put that right panel. Make sure I spelled that correctly. Let's see. Panel projection screens. It's funny, when I pull a panel, I get motorized projection screen. Why is this a motorized projection screen? It's considered to be a panel. It's not even a panel, it's an actual screen. It's not a panel screen. This is why I have to do it on my channel. We did this one already. So we took the first section and panels, panels. Is that put in a panel system? That's a panel. You want to see how advanced panels are? And with that, was doing this stuff long before the people on YouTube think they know what they're talking about. I mean, see how the blinds are open? See all that light pushing through? Panel system. It's a black technology that reads at white level like that. But we have now is far beyond that. I have so many versions of black technology, it is not even funny. And we have, the guy has one? Yeah, one? Really? Yeah, one black screen paint. You know how many versions of black screen paint I have within the day? Let's try 70. I've developed 70 different versions of black technology, including invisible technology in black. And you have one? Yeah. So that's what gets me there. A buddy brought that up. He says, Mr. Bird, how many versions of black technology? We've been developing black technology 8 years ago. I got so many versions of it. And you have one. That's it. And it's not even rear projection. Every single one of these black screens have rear projection, and they have the ability to pick up on ultra short throws. Fully lit environment. Easy. Windows open, blinds fully open, as you can see. Lights on hitting the screen. Gotta know what you're doing. Panel technology. Again, that's a flexible screen. It actually bends. Ultra thin. I think we're going to bring these back out. I like these. These were nice seats. That's a 720p projector. I paid about $60 for NEC. So I think I'm going to bring this back out. Put it under FLE technology. But I'm going to let the projector mapper or projector printer have a ball with this one. I want them to design me a whole different surface. So let me see. Should have put down panel system. Look, panel outside. Got to test them outside. Make sure they run. They don't run outside. You got to make sure you have those tests. Got to show the difference between white surface and your black technology. That's why it makes me giggle when people sit there and try to educate me on black technology. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I've done just about everything to black technology you can possibly think of. That's a panel system right there. See that perfect white level? See that OLED display in the background? See what time of day it is? Gotta know your stuff. That's not the panel I'm looking for. So we have to go in the hunt try to find this thing. Let me see. Panels versus laptops on a 720p projector versus a 1080p TV on a 50 lumen projector. And they're done that. And that's actually silver technology too on top of that. Let's see. Giant panel screens. Panels over there, another panel, black panel demonstration. I'll get the front and rear one in here somewhere. Can't explain enough about not having open doors when you do demonstrations. I can't explain that enough. When you open a door, your screen physically has to be sitting in the door. And I see people do demonstrations and the screen's way across the room or way on another side. And they look up at the ceiling, right? So when I see open doors, the first thing I do is I look at your ceiling. Because it tells me how much light from the door is actually entering into the environment. See all that stuff. You can buy on anything. We did customized built frames. I used to make customized frames for my customers that they can actually snap together. And they had their own frame system that went with their blackout cloth surface. We should do this one again too. This was actually a pretty good idea too. I forgot, we're doing frames now. We don't need to do this anymore. Let me forget. I built all kinds of stuff. They don't do anything we do at the end of the day. No. Let me see where else I want to go on this. Yeah, that's a panel. That's a panel. Let's put down panel system. Oh yeah, the bar light system? Guess what? Did that one already. So, bottom line is, we're used to putting lights against the screens because we had that knowledge from that technology. I told you that the screen paints on the Quasar has a piece of each one of the technologies. So we can go back in and show you from 5 years back, 6 years back, that we've done this demonstration on a screen that now the Quasar has part of that technology embedded into it. Been there, done it already. We've done it. We've been there. We've done it already. Boom. Yeah, I've been there. How long ago was this one right here? It was about 7 years ago. Yeah, that's the panel too, by the way. All right, let me see. Maybe I should have put in panel system. I've got the cinema flow system coming out. So, panel outside, panel. Outside with a floodlight. Been there, done that. Alright, I think I'll put down the system. Got people still contacting me about this screen. About these panel systems. And these videos still get picked up. And people contact me, hey, you guys are still making those panels? Like, no. Just kind of never got back to it. I was just working on too much stuff. But I think now I'm going to bring them out. FLE technology. They were just like TVs. Except for I'm going to put a snap system to it. So I'm gonna leave that project up to the 3D printer guy, and he's gonna go in and he's gonna build the structure for that. Those things were super advanced. We don't make these things anymore, but I think we're gonna bring them back. So let me see what I want to do. I'm gonna go back. Let me see to the site and put in FLE panel system. Let's see. Put down panel system. Panel system projection screens. I don't even know what a panel is. They'll put down like, oh, it's a regular screen. No, it's a panel. Right, so we're going to add in, I'll design those. That'd be nice for companies, they want to snap together screens together like a Lego system. Panel system projection screens. Make that under FLE technology. FLE. Now the reason why we can go back in and do all this stuff because we've done it already. Like when we go into my archives, I can dig up whatever I want because I have the skill level in it because I designed it and I built it already. It's on display. That's why I can't express enough, can't make stuff up. Because people will dig through your YouTube channel to find it. Yes, they will. Companies do it all the time. They will go through your site and they will dig through stuff and ask you questions. I got asked like 9 or 10 different questions on that Quasar technology. You better be to back it up. On YouTube, doop, there you go, doop, doop, doop. When they come in to see the screen, I can back all that up on camera. Let me see. EcoFlow. Cinema Flow. Alright, I think that basically keep me busy for a bit. I'm going to do the projector map in Visual Box. But I can't talk about that yet until we get that. I'm going to need to put a prototype for that right there. Get that one started. So these will be our future projects. Customization, acoustic blackout cloth projection screens, ultra-wide inflatable projection screens. Oh, should be a nest there. Definitely should be a nest there. Screens. Let's see, legendary limited edition rare. Let's see, FLE Cinema Flow. FLE projector mapping virtual visual fish tanks. Tank. Projection. We'll explain that one down on. Much to explain on that one, so I really don't want to get into that one yet. FLE panel projection screen. Alright, cool. Upcoming future projects. Alright, what's new? Ongoing and dedication for research and development for high performance projection screens for the present and future for home or business projection screen theater entertainment. Information on our upcoming projects that we are working on with new advanced technology and developments. Keep checking back to see what's new in our projector entertainment technology. Alright. Ready to get get in to the place. I'll start working on my new names and everything else to get done. You know something? I just thought about it. My goal was based at the end of the day to, we're more advanced than certified anyway, but certified is going to be black. They're going to make black screens. Once they become black screens, we're no longer against them, we join them. Because they become black technology. I'm not going to fight against black technology unless black technology decides to fight against me. Then you're going to have a problem at the end of the day because your stuff's going to get crushed. We started it. Mind you, we are the godfathers of black technology. Oh, by the way, I got an attorney coming in for that. Yeah, we want ownerships and rights to that name at the end of the day. We developed that technology first. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a court battle going on back and forth on who made it first. And again, we got enough to win it because we came up with it first. So anyone out there saying at the end of the day that they started it, we'll challenge you in court for it. If I even hear about someone who developed black technology and you make a claim saying that you're the ones who made it first, I'll see you in court. We're definitely going to fight over the title for that. There's no lawsuit involved in that whatsoever. It's to get titlemanship over it. We want to be known that we're the ones who did it first. So if you make that statement, lawyer up. We'll see you in court. Like I said, there's no lawsuit. It's just basically saying that we have the rights to make that statement. Because we made it 8 years ago. And we got the demonstrations, the beta testers, everything to back it up, even the sale records. I can go back to my sale records 8 years on whatchamacallit, on my PayPal account, and I can dig those records up to show that we're actually selling this product long before anybody had it. So it begins. Because I know it's going to happen. I told y'all from the door that Certified was going to have a black screen. I told you it was coming. Diamond has one. Now the Diamond has one, guess what? The rest of them, they're probably doing the same thing right now. They're probably engineering a black screen as we speak. So next thing you know, you'll see Elite screens with one, then you'll see DMP Supernova, then you'll see the dark, dark side anyway. This other companies, Vivistorm will have one. They're all going to have the black screens at the end of the day. And then what? Now for me, that's not a threat for me at the end of the day because we can develop black technology as much as we want. We have ad tech. We're already 10 steps ahead already. We're all ready to go. That's why I said you got to plan for the future. And people are so stuck on these gray and white screens and this whole ambient light rejection stuff. Man, come on, man. Y'all so far behind, it's not even funny how far behind you are. The stuff that y'all piddle-paddle on YouTube, that's nothing new. I can make that stuff from here. No problem. We have. You got the gray screens, man. Y'all stuff is so obsolete, it's not even funny. And like I said, Black Diamond has a black screen. I told you this was going to happen. So the rest of the screens are going to do the same thing Diamond's doing. They're going to convert to a black screen. Diamond's been watching us. I'm pretty sure they watched us with black screens. Who hasn't seen our black screens by now? So when I sat there and said the future is black technology, gunmetals know this from the door because they know that the darker the screen, the better the contrast, the better the color, the better the ambient light rejection technology. There you go. So Diamond has one now. And with Diamond having one, the rest of them are going to do the exact same thing. They're going to convert to black technology. And you know how much that screen's going to cost? It's going to cost you a lot of freaking money. If you thought that the gunmetal was expensive, the black version of that technology is going to be super expensive. And we still dominate in that field because we engineered it at the end of the day. And we're the ones at the end of the day that charge less than everybody else. On top of that, that's what the future of ad tech was designed for. Ad tech does the whole commercial environment, but also too, it's a physical projection screen that absorbs sunlight, and that's something their black technology can't do yet. So we're already still ahead of them. We work for the future. You guys sit there and argue over these gray screens. Jamie said on his channel one time that black screens, he said some nonsense about black screens not being worth anything, not being usable. Isn't that something you said out of your mouth one time? Yeah, he was against black screens. He hated them. Oh, they're not used for anything. Who wants a black screen? Diamond has one. Now, what do you got to say about that? All right, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Choke on that humble pie at the end of the day. We told you this was coming. All that black technology with engineering, all that stuff we're working on, we told you it was coming. Just like I sat there and told you with the whole knockoff projectors. It's only a matter of time. They start making their own screens and charging you a lot of money. And what happened? They start making their own screens and charging you a lot of money. Told you this already from the door. So for all those people out there who sat out there and denied black technology and said that it wasn't worth your time, Diamond has one called a carbon black. What you got to say about that one? So, since you've been stuck in the past on these gray screens, silver screens, or whatever screens you have now, you are so far behind it's not even funny. Do you have any idea how long it takes to make a black screen? It takes a while to do it. You have to have a lot of information on that technology. And what I've seen already with the Series A or that stuff didn't even transfer black when it first was painted on. That is one of the most important things you have to have in a black screen. It literally has to be black. Once you make that mistake, you're scarred for life with that one. And it's not ultra short throw compatible, it has a lot of problems. It doesn't pick up under it's a 2000 lumen mark. It should pick up way, way, way lower than that. It absorbs light. It's a very powerful screen. It should easily be able to pick up. You have a fake gain on it called a 8-something-0-0. It's some weird gain he has on it. But those are really super high gains. And it can't read on a projector below the 2000 mark with a gain that high? Are you crazy? The Black Diamond has a 1.4 gain on it. It can pick up at 50 lumens in a fully lit environment. That tells you right there the difference of technology. That's what the Black Diamond is, a 1.4. And it can pick up at 50 lumens in a fully lit environment that a gray screen can't read next to. So how in the world you have a gain literally that high on the screen, non-existent by the way, that is on a 2000 lumen mark, which that means that's the lumen requirement on the minimum that you can use on that screen. 2000 is not low. We could run 1000 outside easily and make it look like a TV on a cardboard box. So that tells you right there, that's bad. 3000, that's horrible. 3000 as a minimum is horrible, absolutely horrible. But usually if you look at screens that are darker, they use higher marks, so that way they know that if you use a projector of a higher lumen count, they're 100% sure that the screen's going to pick up. That's what it is. It's like a safety net at the end of the day for the product. And we can run at 50. I can run at 50 off a floor with a 50 lumen projector, with light coming down, bam, right on top of the screen, bam, 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 which I did in the demonstration. I can run 50 off the floor right here. The whole floor here is coated with screen paint. I can run 50 off of that with no problem. I did it right in the channel. It's a silver, dark cinema. We debate. Yeah, that stuff picks up the floor easily. So that's what I can't understand at the end of the day. That if you call yourself making a black screen paint, and you only have one, so what's your experience level in the field? You only have one of these to my 60 or 70 that I've developed. I've done black screens in curves, I've done them in rear projection, I've done them off ceilings, I've done them off floors, you name it, we coded them. Use them with projector mapping applications, with visual effects and holograms. Again, so seeing a 4x4 sitting in a chair next to a window is a joke for me because I can do 150 inch in the window. Different story. With the projector behind it. Which means that when you do rear projection, what you just understand is when the projector is sitting behind it, it has to push through all the ambient light in the environment, make contact with the screen, and push out the other end while there's direct light outside with the same light that can wash out your windows, hitting the screen at 150 inches. That's what that window demonstration does. And still produce crystal clear. That's how you have to know ambient light projection technology. Experts pick that up when they see it for the first minute. Oh shoot, got 100. How big is that screen? It's at 150. Got that to project. So it's different when you have a projector sitting in front of it. You have a projector sitting in front of it, you travel your 10 or 15 feet and you hit the screen. So when it hits the screen from the front, there's nothing hitting it from the back, which means the screen's sitting against a wall. That means the back of that screen is black. So when the projector hits it, it stops right there. light doesn't transfer through the other side. It's more concentrated. But when you do it for rear projection, it's a little different. Because now your light is actually moving back and forth between light and your picture at the same time. Even more impossible if you have window light pushing right through it. There you go. I'll break that down for people at the end of the day. And you can't put down yourself as rear projection because there is no videos on rear projection, which is going to come up. They're going to ask those questions. So what are people going to do when they ask those questions? You're going to stutter. You can't walk out. You can't disconnect the modem. You're in a live conference with a bunch of people. I don't know how that's going to work. I have no idea how that one's going to work if you're in there with a bunch of people. You should easy know black technology. I know it because I design this stuff all day. That's a black panel. That's the ones we're going to bring out. Looks just like a TV, doesn't it? Yep. Don't know your stuff at the end of the day. So if you claim you know what you're talking about, what someone's going to do is going to go over to your channel, and they're going to go to your search bar, and they're going to start digging into your channel, see how much you know. If you have a lot of toxic stuff on there, that's not going to go well for you. They're not going to even bother going to your site because your site's too toxic. So if I want to put in ultra short throws, boom. There we go. Ultra short throws, all I got to put in. Ultra short throw, ultra short throw, ultra short throw. We just did that one. That challenge was never finished. Of course it wasn't. Ultra short throws inside at 150 inches. All those who went out and bought those Valve and WeMax projectors because you thought you were going to get 150 inches. You didn't even get 150 inches, did you? No, you did not. You know why? Because you're using compressing software. That's why. Can't basically max out at 150 inches. You have nothing to compress. So you max out your pixels. So that means there's nothing to compress to give you that somewhat fake 4K image, which means you have to be somewhere in the range of 120, maybe 135 to have enough pixels to compress. This is a conversation to have with Dollar, which he finally broke down and told me it was a 1080p projector. But that's a $60 projector sitting on the floor. The same one I used over here on the floor, and the same one I used over here, which I can maximize the 150 inches. So how in the world do you have a projector? Mike, we got a distance on this. So how in the world do you have a P2 projector with a 2,000,001 contrast, tri-laser, and then turn around, it's, of course, 4K projector, 2,000,001 contrast, and it can't read on the screen this big. And it's all this light. Good luck with all that one. Let me see. And then when we get people at the end say, would your stuff work outside? Or inside? Here we go. Ultima GT 5500 outside at 140 inches. That projector is only designed to do 100 inches only. For those of you, again, inside again with the P2 projector or the LS800 or a Samsung or LG or whatever you have at the end of the day, why are you stuck in a dark environment with a projector that's designed to act like a TV? I can take that outside. With our technology, that's an 8 that can do that. Quasars have that in them. Where's my windows? Where's my walls? Where's my... There's none there. That's what I'm talking about. Don't get embarrassed. It is what it is. Come on now. Do y'all projectors see basically color? No, y'all don't see color. White screens don't read color. So when they basically tell you at the end of the day, hey, buy this projector, all the bells and whistles, go get a white screen, you're going to be able to make it react like a TV, not even going to happen. You can't read the Infinity One level. So this is what happens to white screens when they sit next to our technology. You don't even pick up. That's a $60 projector. So I go to forum sites and go, well, your projector's $60. Isn't a high power machine like I have at the end of the day. I can get that $60 machine to work better than you can get your $3,000, $4,000 to work. Here's the star field. Put it in. Turn your lights on. Can't do it. Although they had people log off because they couldn't do it. Yeah, paid all that money. Can't even get it to work. Now when I look for ultra short throw demonstrations, this is what I'm looking for. Fully lit environment. Why the freak are you sitting in the dark with this thing? It sits right up on top of your screen. Can't get that. I've had this conversation so many times with people. And yet I can pick up at a 180-degree viewing angle with the light, bam, hitting the screen. Yeah. Everything you see here, quasar still. Yep. 20,001 wouldn't read. Fully lit environment again. Always do demonstrations. It's a short throw laser projector. They don't even read. Lasers don't read on white and gray screens. Technically, you're not supposed to use 4K and 1080p projectors on gray screens. They're made for darker screens. That's a laser projector right there on a 7, Supreme 7. Now we go switch to contrast levels and the gray screen fails. It doesn't pick up. All in all, at the end of the day, you're stuck in the dark. That's where you're going to be at with the gray and white screen. You're literally just stuck in the dark. Now the demonstration for your ultra short throw goers, how about this one right here? My screen's 127 inches. As you notice, when you look at the environment, you can see the corners. You can see everything. You don't see any dark pockets or corners here and there, and a dark environment with no light splashing. I hate that so much. I see it just not only in his demonstrations, I see it in everyone's demonstrations. These little lights, all around the little corners and stuff. Are you kidding me? I don't care. I spent $1,500 for that projector. That thing better pull up in a fully lit environment. I don't want to change anything in my environment. You see any dark areas you see me walking through? See any dark areas? No. Everything's fully lit in there. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's how your ultra short throw is supposed to work. Then when I come across a demonstration, I see somebody in this dark environment. I'm like, look at the colors, look at the contrast. Like, oh my goodness, you got ripped off. Not on your projector, your screen. If you did buy a knockoff, you got ripped off. That's how you should be operating, just like that. Why do you think we sit back and we laugh at his demonstrations? His demonstrations are a joke. I hate to say it, but they're a joke. You got this 100-inch screen. He's got this projector sitting right up on top of it. $3,500. You got little lights here, little lights here, little lights in the back here, and the area is dark. When I walk through that front door, there is no way in the world I'm turning on any lights in that environment. I shouldn't have to. What that projector said it's designed to do is what I paid for and what I expected to do. But if you're stuck in a dark environment, you're making up excuses of why you can't have your lights on. That's not good. That's because you got the wrong screen. Ultra short throw outside. This is why I prefer using ultra short throws outside, because again, projector's not behind me, it's not bouncing off the back of my head, it's right up front. I prefer to use ultra short throws outside. Pick up his white levels? Yes, it does. But if you got a white screen outside, not going to work. They can't read the ultra short throw. Once you reach an infinity black level, that's it. That means your screen's going to have a very hard time picking up. That's a more superior technology. What about white levels outside on the snow? Yeah, did that too. Did them all. My stuff is all tested. So if I have to do this very same demonstration with a bunch of investors, I can do it, no problem. Let's check out some contrast levels. We're outside with the white screen. There we go. Nothing picks up at all. So I got that from somebody who has an ultra short throw projector, and the customer said, well, I'm going to be in the dark anyway. I'm really not going to see a difference. Yes, you are. Turn the lights out, guess what? You still can't see it. I can turn that into a short too. I got this video too. I forgot I got it on my account. So it doesn't mean just because you have a white screen and you turn out all the lights in your environment, you still can't read the contrast level. Being in the dark is not going to fix your contrast level at all, period. Now, you consider the fact that all the white screens that they make for outside applications, I'm talking about for shows, concert, Disney, all that crazy stuff at the end of the day. This is what the investor was talking about. He says, if you figured out how to get a black screen to operate on that level, it would be a millionaire alone just from the white screen technology by itself, just for outside alone by itself. We're not talking about projector mapping, gaming, home theater, dedicated theaters, advertising for commercial technology, the RV life, the tiny homes, all. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about this alone by itself. There you go. Now you see the big picture. Means every company that develops that white screen is going to buy our coding to convert their screens to black technology. And I can't express this enough that if you call yourself making a more superior technology, which is black, you're going to have to work on ultra short throws. Because that's one of the main requirements. It's a must. You can't out that projector. It's a very important projector not to out, because a lot of people now are converting over to ultra short throws. Which means you got to pick up that high, bright white level, boom, even an ultra short throw. If your product is not ultra short throw compatible and you're putting people over to a gray screen that is ultra short throw compatible, you have already failed. Oh, I'm going to put this demonstration up. Yeah, I'm just saying that's what it is. I see people saying their products don't work on ultra short throw. I'm like, oh wait, ain't nobody gonna buy your stuff at the end of the day because everybody wants ultra short throws. That's what they want. Everybody wants ultra short throws. It's just much easier projector to use, especially when you're dealing with cramped environments. It's a very easy projector to use. And you have to operate in this much light. You can't be sitting in a dark environment. That's the whole purpose of the ultra short throw projector. It's to give you the ability to be able to use your stuff in a fully lit environment. And there, then we can go downstairs and boom, do the same thing downstairs. Come on now. You see those floors? I gotta say something real quick. When people have dark environments. Anybody on YouTube, you see my baseboard? You see how well lit everything in that environment looks? That's how your ultra short throw projector demonstrations look. I even installed a bar light over top to add more light. My condensed light is making direct contact with my screen. I can go in there and watch a football game in a fully lit environment. I can walk in any environment and do that. Now if you notice, LED lights behind the back of the screen, right? Watch this. How much light was in the environment, you couldn't even tell if the LED lights were on. But y'all demonstrations are like this. This is how y'all do your demonstrations. Let me turn these lights off for a minute. Got the lights out here. There we go. This is how y'all do your demonstrations. That's how y'all do your demonstrations. Y'all be sitting in a dark environment with some LED lights flash behind the back of your screen. If I can see them LED lights crystal clear in that environment, if I can see that green or whatever splashing off the walls, or blue or red or whatever colors, and I can see those little dark pockets, like this is what I see when I go on YouTube. I see demonstrations like this. Not that bar like there, but I see demonstrations like this. See how dark it is in the environment? This is where they show off their ultra short. They go, look how amazing the picture looks. And you're in a fully lit environment. Or they'll stick their condensed lighting way over here and have the lights on and go, we have lights in the background. We have lights in the room. Yeah, sure you do. Your environment's way too dark. You're supposed to be in that environment. See, I'm upstairs. See how all my lights are on? See how the screen's operating? So I can go downstairs and do the same thing. I should be able to do that. I should be seeing demonstrations like this when I go on YouTube. We don't see these demonstrations. I can make that a much better demonstration right now. So if you got an ultra short throw projector and you're not doing this, there's a problem there. If you can't pull up a star field in this environment, you can't pull 100% contrast from just screen wash and fading, you got a problem. Your screen is not working. Now another thing, fantastic place to put ultra short those at? Bars. Sport bars. You know why? Because the projector's sitting right on top of the screen. So now the projector back at a distance, every time the waitress walks in front of it, you got basically her head hitting the screen or anybody else hitting the screen, and you got a blinding 3,000 watts of light nailing you in the face. Yeah, that's why the ultra short throws come in handy. And that's why they put TVs in there. Because the TV, you have to worry about somebody walking in front of them, somebody getting blinded with about 3,000 to 5,000 watts of light. But you put an ultra short throw in there, and the ultra short throws we use don't cost a lot of money. Ultra short throws don't read. Right there, perfect example. Certified ultra short throw, gray, screen paint, white surface, monitor. Y'all can't read the Infinity One level. So if your excuse is to go in and spend more money for a projector to fix the problem, it's not going to work. And the fact you have to spend more money for a projector it shows you it doesn't work. Got to do this in demonstration too, by the way. Now I'll still see the same people. I'll be in my office. I'll be conducting business. And I'm going to get out there and convert it all. Sometimes maybe we have to go from the outside to do it. Maybe on YouTube is not enough. Maybe we have to be out there and do shows so the masses can see why the black technology is far more superior than gray and white screens. What you're missing. Because I sat there and I watched that Iowa set up. And they complain about lights being 21 feet in the air. What about in this environment? How well is that projector going to pull up in this environment? Now, like I said, this is what I'm used to seeing in ultra short throw. Light splashes around the screen. This is where y'all do it. This is how we do it. Yep. When I bought that projector, they said 100 inches is the minimum. I'm like, yeah, right. No, we can go bigger than that because our technology allows us to do that. So bottom line is, I'm not under any of the restrictions. I don't have to be stuck in dark environments, worry about my contrast and color washing out. I don't have to worry about a certain screen size because my picture may become distorted or unwatchable. I can go outside with that baby and do whatever I want. At the end of the day, I don't have any of those issues. If I want to just stick to a 720p projector, and that's all I want to use, I can use a 720p projector. If I don't want to use HDMI ports, I don't have to use HDMI ports. And I don't have to worry about contrast. Who cares about that? The screen's black. We don't worry about that. Not necessary. Yeah, distorted image. Not going to happen. Not with our black technology. I think those were settings we had over there. Okay, let me see. Let's go with some black rear projection screens. Go black rear. Someone was talking about how they know so much about black technology. You don't even know about rear technology. That's a black rear projection screen. Now, there's two ways you design these. Either you're going to do something with a multi-coat layer, which he doesn't know what that is, or you're going to do basically one that has a, a solid layer, which means that's one hit, one coat, it goes on that dark, that's it. Now, if you do multi-coat, that means it gives you the chance to be able to layer it how light and how dark you want it. We can make it so dark you can't even see the projector on the other end. And you see the interesting thing about it, how the lamp glare doesn't transfer through at all, but only the image will push through. It can pick up at any angle. Ultra short though doesn't make a difference. And it can work outside. So when someone sits there and tells me that they know about rear projection, I will check your channel to see how much you know about rear projection. You don't know jack about it. Doing this stuff for years. green screens. Those things are going to be pretty fun. Rear projection technology. So that light we have here. So when you do projection technology, it's important that you have a ton of light behind the back of the screen. And demonstrations I've watched from other people, they will have it dark back here and have it light back here. No, it's supposed to be light back here and light up here at the same time. Light has to transfer back and forth through the screen. That's why when I watch a lot of demonstrations, I will see that the screen, if the light pushes through from this side, the screen starts to wash out. That's why they keep it dark back there. So image pulls up in the front. And as we start to turn, light sitting directly to the screen. Light sitting here directly to the screen. Right there, right on top. And the image pulls. See my reflection come off this right here? So that means when that transfers through, it doesn't hotspot, it doesn't glare, it does nothing. It absorbs from the other side. That's why we developed the technology. You only have to paint one side of the screen. You have to paint both. Gotta know what you're talking about when you're talking about rear projection, especially when it's black. If you're interested in black technology, just go on my channel and just type in black rear. That's it. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, it's sort of bring it up faster. So this is another projector all the way back there. And this is why you have your venues. Because a venue projector, one of the tests you have to do is you're going to have to stick that projector right up on top of the screen at 5,000 lumens. See how much of that lamp glare is going to penetrate right through the screen. Because the last thing you want is for your screen to be sitting up there, somebody walk in front and they get blinded by 5,000 lumens of light. You don't want that. Now one of the tricks they do is they stand off on the side. When they stand off on the side, it pretty much cancels out the lamp glare so you can't see it. You literally have to be right in front of it and you have to kneel down at the same level as the projector and you have to do the recording from there to show the lamp glare isn't transferring through. I've seen people cheat at that one too. Can't cheat at that one. You cheat on camera, you're going to have to do it in real life sooner or later. Can't make excuses for it. See how I drop down low? There you go. To show that the lamp glare at a 5200 lumen projector is not pushing through. See the light transferring through the holes underneath the screen? There you go. That's how you do it. You want to make how much we make now? You know, when you go to the website, you don't see it there. That's because it has to be done through invoice. We make about $700 a gallon for that technology. The only way you can get it, you got to go through an invoice. You have to go through a company invoice. Only companies can buy it right now. Clear and visible technology. This is a silver screen. It's an AR-12 rear projection screen. Notice you can't see the image up there at all, right? When you go outside, it picks up. That's the first start of basically ad tech. These are ad tech's beginning stages. I'll tell you, the guy who has a Series A, we call it nonsense in the day, you remind me of a new football team that don't have throwbacks. That's what we laugh about in our family, because we have some people basically like, I'm an Eagles fan. We got throwbacks for days. We got the Mitch and Ness. We can go back and get them throwback jerseys, them way back jerseys back in the day. We got a history. When you got a team that's real new, you don't have throwbacks. We laugh about the Jaguars, because my owner's a Jaguar. Where y'all throwback jerseys? We have a throwback party. You don't even have a history yet. You got to be here a while to get them throwback jerseys. You got to earn those. They come with time and experience. You don't have a throwback jersey for your product. That's what it is right there. You don't have enough knowledge in the field. That's a 235.1. See, I turn the lights on, see the screen no wash out or fade. That's why I said when I'm sitting there watching demonstrations of this little 4x4 surface sitting in a window, that's nothing. I can put the screen in the window if I want. Working on 8-sat invisibles. You know that every screen paint we develop has an invisible technology attached to it. They can become invisible. Now see, this is how your screen is supposed to look. Why are you in the dark? You can't even make out none of the things you have in your environment. Go downstairs. This is rear projection technology. See that angle? I can go right over top of the screen and see how it picks up nice and sharp. Now, I know about that little contest, and I heard somebody, when the guy said, you don't even know rear projection technology. Gentlemen, you don't know rear projection technology. Because in order to know rear projection technology, you have to know ambient light projection technology. You don't know that either properly. You don't know it. Now, understand black technology, you got to have a couple of years on your belt to know this. You got to be around for a while. You can't just pop on and say, oh, I got it. No, you don't. You don't have it at all, period. You don't even know what you're doing. That's black rear technology. See how clean it picks up in that environment? All that light transfer back to the screen? That's why I tell people at the end of the day, do not set up environments where it's dark on one side and light on the other. Because what happens if you have to be in an environment like this? You got light all around the screen. That screen has to be able to read. That's why with our experience level and what we know at the end of the day, that's why the Quasar is the ultimate projection screen, because it has all this capability. And I've got the experience and the knowledge to prove that I have it. Not only can I talk it, I can back it up. Which I'm doing right now for fun. Now where do I want to go next? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, remember this is the Windows setup. I'm doing one of these for the office. I'm actually building a virtual window for the office. Check this out. Developing new screen paints. Testing that. I wasn't even showing up the window. Look how beautiful that image looks. I'm building one of these for the office. I'm building a virtual window for the investors to check out. Now, somebody said that my product came up too dark and unwatchable. Mind you, you're going to paint that up in the courtroom. You think I'm joking? Yes, you will. Warning. It's funny. He gave me a warning, and he's using my face as the thumbnail, which we're suing you for now. That tells you he's not that smart. So the very video he shot that said warning on it, my face on, he's getting sued for it. I just went down to City Hall today. That's why I wasn't online today. I went down to City Hall, took the picture, showed the video, and now, Mr. Fernando, you got another lawsuit coming at you. I'm going to sue you for the very video you just shot just a few minutes ago with my face on it. So, guess what? That's not going to be 12 grand. I'm taking it to a different court because there's so many of them. Now in the court, it's not 12,000 anymore. It's $80,000 now per picture. Welcome to your new HE double hockey sticks. Yeah, because I went down and showed them the documents. He said there's too much. You can't take it to small claims anymore. So now we're going to another one, and this is going to be $80,000. So that picture you just did a few minutes ago with my face on it, talking about warning, you're getting sued for 80 grand. And I will have a process server at your door. They got all your information, everything concerning. They've been to your YouTube channel already today. See, if you don't think, I go down there and just type in your YouTube channel and just show the courts. There you go. This is the guy I'm having a problem with. This one has been slandering, been using my face without my permission. And I showed them all the pictures. They check and they go in, they check your incident number, and they see everything that was scanned into the system. And it's there's too much here. he's going to have to go to a certain court. So you got to take you where I'm taking you at. It's now going to be civil court. It's a little different, and he's going to get sued for 80 grand per each one. And you might want to show up for those. I've never seen anybody that dumb in my life. Boom, give somebody a warning and commit a crime at the same time. Oh well. What was this I was making? Oh, this is the new coating I was making. A new coating I was making. Always making something there. There it is. Wait. Let's show you this right here. I'm showing. I like to do crazy stuff. Watch this. Watch this. Bam! Ceiling's done too. And at the end of the day, these people are going to lecture me, Mr. Bird, about ambient light rejection technology. And y'all are in an environment so dark you can't even see anything. See my screen? You can even see my screen in the next room, sitting in a bay of windows. There's my PlayStation or my gaming system. In the next room, in a bay of windows. So I got 180 to the ceiling, 235.1 set up right here, and over there I got 126. And this is why when I see them in dark environments, anybody in dark environments on YouTube, claiming that they have this ambient light rejection screen paint, this is why I laugh at y'all. Because your environments are too dark. If you can't project off a ceiling at 180, then there's a problem with your stuff. Now, for people who have name brand projectors, nothing wrong with your projector, just your screen sucks. That's all it's to it. The screen doesn't work. See all that technology in there? Quasar does all that now. Instead of us making all these different screen paints, each one of them to do something different, the Quasar does everything. That's why we call it the mother of all screens. Otherwise, you should make this a match or better challenge. That's pretty good. Look at the rocks right there. And my projectors in here are cheap. I ain't spending money for these projectors. They don't have to. Turn the lights out. It doesn't do anything. Same thing we turn the lights on. Now this is how y'all environments be. Y'all be sitting in the dark with the lights out. Instead of just saying, ooh, look how amazing the image looks. Man, turn the lights on, don't it? You can get a screen to operate at 180 inches off your ceiling with the lights on, the same light that basically washes out all your pictures from the door, then you have a good product. You can show a Starfield if you have a good product. Mind you, let me explain something to you. The painting process for a ceiling can be a nightmare if it's a multi-coat application. If you're doing a ceiling, it can be a headache. So you make sure it goes on fast, it goes on quick. Then do a double paint on demonstration. We painted in the ceiling. Oh, I did do a couple of ceilings. Well, I like this demonstration. I'll make a short out of this one. Definitely want to show this off to the investors. I'm putting one of these in right there. I'm going to put a virtual screen in. Virtual screen using a Dell portable projector. I think they're 300 lumens. That's all I need. Oh. Argentina 2.35.1. That's that. That's widescreen. When people say they have dedicated theater rooms, you don't have a dedicated theater room. True dedicated theater room is 235, 239.1. Because you can't play every kind of video on that. It doesn't work. You can only play a certain select kind of video. So that's true dedicated video setup. Or theater room setup. I gotta find out what this video is called. This is actually a pretty good one, basically showing the 235.1 setup. Oh, this is the custom built. That's the custom built. I built that screen. That's a 158 inch, 235.1. Has built-in speakers in it too. Built the frame and everything. think I had a video when I built that thing. How to build a screen, how to build a frame. How to build a frame. There we go. I got so many demonstrations showing you how to build frames, it's not even funny. Oh, suspension screen, that's a pretty cool one to build. This was the 200-inch screen I built. That thing was huge. That's the one that took up the whole wall. Go back and show you the size of it. That's how big my screen was. Took the whole wall up. And because of the radiator there, I had to build a table system. So we had a peg here, a peg here, a peg here, a peg here, so the screen can stand out. That was 200 inches. That was a big screen. See how it drops from here to here? When you drop this down, this thing actually had a tightrope around the whole floor to get this thing done. Because it really took the entire floor. So that's why I say when people tell you can't paint the screen this way, you got to paint it this way. That's crazy. You know how long it would take you to paint a screen of 200 inches? That's a big screen. That's a really big screen. And you can't lay the screen up when you paint it, that's going to be a problem. Oh, there's another screen right there. Built the screen from scratch. I even have a screen that I actually built from, on camera. It's a long video. Built the frame, put the whole thing together. It was a gaming screen, 129-inch, 1610. Built the whole thing on camera. Painted it, dried it, displayed it all on camera. Ooh, we need to put these in here. I need to put down a how-to page. Definitely should put a how-to page in. We built dozens of these. This will help a lot of people out on how to build their own frames. Where is that frame at for the gaming screen? Let's see. Let's go building. How to build is gaming screen. Gaming screen. It was custom 129 inch. 1610. There it is. This is the gaming screen. This is the one I built. Yeah. This screen had to be perfectly flat. Even though it's fabric on it, it had to be perfectly flat. So I put in 2 coats of primer, and then I put an additional 4 more on to stiffen it like a piece of board. This was actually a custom built this one. What I had to look at the coins and I put this thing together. Portrait screens. Oh, and this is the big boy. That's the Optimus projector. Yeah. Some of my projector collections. I told you gotta have those projectors. You can't be doing those demonstrations on 1 and 2 projectors. Any projectors that are required for you to do screen paints? It's a lot. You need a lot. I'm still buying projectors. You better be up there like 100, 200 projectors in your arsenal. You need all those projectors. That's why when I see demonstrations of people using the same typecast projector over and over again, they use that projector because that's the only projector. We call them crutch projectors because the only projector that makes their product look somewhat decent. You have to test your stuff on over 200 projectors. You have to. Not every projector is going to react the same way. That's why they have to be tested on different calibers of projectors. But if you're using the same ultra short throw projector, ultra short throws and long throws, they play differently. Especially on that distance throw. You can't be doing that. You could run something on a projector 2700 lumens, hit it at 5000, it'll hotspot on you. All kinds of stuff can go wrong. That's why you have to go in and you have to have all those projectors. I'm not seeing a wall of projectors in your demonstration saying, hey, you know, I've tested on all of these, and you got a problem. No, wow. Wow, wow. Panasonic. Wow, wow. Panasonic projectors. So I can type any projector I want in there, it'll pop up. Done them. Can't just use the same typecast projector over and over again. You can't. You can't call yourself testing on the same ultra short throw. No, you can't do that. Very important that you test it on multiple types of projectors. And that's why you don't go by high. Don't you get in that box. You know better than that. You don't buy high quality projectors, because I told you, whatever projector you're going to use in the demonstration is going to give you, that person's going to have the same projector or higher. When you do your demonstrations, you got to be in fully lit environments. Can't be in dark environments trying to show up the contrast level. But if I'm a customer and I go to turn my lights on and that screen watches out on me, we got problems at the end of the day. I will be contacting you. You will be giving me my money back. They have to operate in fully lit environments at all times. So this projector sitting on the table, that's how your area should be stacked. $1,600 lumen projector, Panasonic, against certified screens. If you don't calm yourself, Mr. Man, you're mad because you can't go in the box. You're not going in the box. My projector's sitting in that box. He's sitting on top of my projector. And you see. And you see ultra short throw. Again, that has to be done in fully lit environments, condensed lighting hitting the screen. Gotta have these tests done. I like to use a low entry level projector, because if I can get a low entry level projector to work, I can get any projector to work. Tabletop display. NEC projector. When I got over here, paid $60 for it. Epson projectors. How do you spell? Really? Seriously? NEC projector on site, on a commercial site, $178. If I can get a $178 ultra short throw projector to work on site, how easy would it be to get a $4,000 or $3,000 or maybe a $5,000 projector to work? Easy. That's $178. Easy to do on site. I'm gonna bounce back and see what we got on the. Get these off. I got next on here. I want to do the Epson projectors, dozens of Epson projectors. Epson projectors. Epson short throughs. Right there. Boom, right on the screen. fully lit environment. That's how it has to be. If we're using these projectors in the dark, stop doing that. Well, you know, at the end of the day, I can sit there and tell people stop doing that, stop using these projectors in dark environments, but at the end you only hurt yourself because, again, the platform I'm about to hit, you can't go there because you got to use these projectors in fully lit environments. See, I mount these things to the ceiling, these things got to be in fully lit environments. Unless you're only stuck to home theater, and home theater you won't survive against a black screen. Because of the problem you have, that people saying, well, it's a dark environment. Yeah, I built a dedicated theater room. I literally built one. With the dark walls and everything. Built one. You can't survive in a dedicated theater room. Because you think it's dark in there, you think it's about your colors don't read. Did that test already. This is all ultra short throw. Dedicated theater room. You don't pick up in there. And I used a 5,000 lumen Chrissy and I couldn't get their screens to read. So let's go pop over there too. Anything I talk about, I can back it up because I did it already. Boom. Dedicated theater room. Built one. That's a great screen paint. It's not even reading. My projector is 5,000 lumens, 1920 by 1200. It's a WXGA projector. Chrissy, top tier projectors. That's what the Chrissy projectors are. When you get the Ronco barcode, you get the Chrissy's, those are top tier projectors. They're higher performance than your Panasonics, than your Optimas. They're top tier machines. You go to Disney, you'll find Chrissy's sitting up there. You'll find Roncos up there. You'll see Barcodes sitting up there. You won't find, you maybe find some Panasonic, but no, they're going to spend the money, they're going to go to them Chrissy projectors. See how I can have the lights on? See how the windows open? See how I can see the screen crystal clear? The dedicated theater rooms that I see have all this in darkness and you can't even see anything that's in the environment. What's the point of basically decorating that room the way you want to decorate it and you can't even see what you basically have in there because the lights are out? So if you turn the lights on, show off your beautiful chairs and your artwork and your popcorn machine and some of the artwork you have in there, your screen washes out. I can sit here and do both. So when I went to this forum site and I was talking about my paint, the guy it was about dedicated screens in there. And the guy was like, well, you know, you really can't be in here. You don't have a dedicated theater room set up. And I said, you don't, and I was looking, I said, oh, she's right. He's right on that. It doesn't make a difference where I show a screen. I don't have a dedicated setup in there. So I built one. This guy popped on and says, hey, look, you don't need a lot of room. You know, it's a basic room. I got one in my garage I built in there. And I had a master bedroom upstairs I wasn't even using, so I turned it and converted it. Now see how I can have all the lights on? See how the screen's producing beautiful colors? There you go. Now let's take some gray screen paint and let's stick it in that same environment and let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. Gray screens do not work in dedicated theater rooms. And you know why, too, on top of that? They can't absorb light. So your light will end up splashing on your walls and on your ceilings and on your floor. And if you think for a hot second because you paint the area black or dark like I did, and that's going to stop it, it won't stop it. You're still going to get that shiny glare popping off. It's supposed to look like when you're looking at doing a dedicated theater, it's supposed to look like you're watching the movie in the center of a black hole. So this is the part I don't understand, and I got to say this real quick. If you have a dedicated room, dedicated theater set up, this is the part I'm trying to understand here. You want your movie theater to look realistic. You want to pick up 100% reds and blues and greens and all your colors. You know you can't pick up 100% white level, that's virtually impossible, but you really want to pick up higher white levels. So why in the world do you skip the black levels? Why do you sit there and settle for a shade of gray and try to convince yourself that you're actually seeing black? Because that's black. But if I stick a gray screen up there, even a certified, your screen comes up gray next to that black. Now, if I take all this out of here and I put your white screen and gray screen up here, you're still seeing a shade of gray. So, in your dedicated theater room, you're watching Batman, or you're watching a Star Wars, a dogfight. Outer space is not gray, it's black. So why do people skip that part altogether? Oh, it's not needed. As long as I get the color, that's all that matters. No, that's supposed to be black. That's why I don't go to movie theaters, because I have a problem with adjusting to the screens. Because when everybody else thinks they're seeing black, I'm literally seeing gray up there. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is absolutely horrible. Yeah, I see it differently than everybody else, because I'm used to seeing it a different way. So, if I'm watching this big, beautiful planet, and all this is black, and you're seeing gray, how in the world are you making that acceptable? That's what I understand. So you do know that when you're watching your movies, you do know that if you can't see that black level, that means you can't see color either. The color's not reading. See? Doesn't pick up. And for most people who have a screen that's color, the first thing to do is, well, I gotta turn on all the lights in the environment, make it super dark, because in a dark environment, this is where my screen's gonna work. No, it's not. Even in the dark, you're not reading correctly. So when I go to movie theaters, I see that. That's what I see. That's why I find them enjoyable when I go to movies. I gotta go to the 4Ds instead, because the 4D movie theaters have stuff going on. It keeps me occupied. I can't sit there and watch that. It looks crappy. So I love that. Oh, if we're in a dark environment, my screen's picking up a beautiful image. No, the freak it's not. No, it's not. You can't even see a contrast level in there. You don't read it. I don't care how much you pay for your projector, can't read it. That's why I will never understand. When I watch people who have setups and they're in these gray and white screens and they're thinking their projector's fixing the problem, your projector ain't fixing anything. You're not picking up black, you're not picking up gray. When I get my showroom set up, I'm going to put in a dedicated theater with a gray screen and a dedicated theater with a black screen, so people can see the difference. And we'll put a nice beefy projector in that projector with an insane, look at the JVC, with a high contrast capability to show you where that projector is going to fail miserably on that gray screen. Now, you know how you know if your screen's failing? Turn your lights on. Because that image doesn't pick up, and it's washed out, the contrast washes out the fastest on your screen. And you'll see the difference. Get a sample sheet of black diamond. That something's actually extremely good. Put it against your screen, see what happens. Heck, you can get our technology and we can show you the difference. Your screen won't work. Oh, by the way, you know whose product that is up there, right? Yeah, you know already. Doesn't work. That's when he sat there and made the statement on his YouTube channel about, oh, my product is fantastic for dedicated. No, it's not. The color is off. Contrast is not even there. The only thing you're maintaining is a white level. You don't even have a balance level in there that's keeping your contrast intact. It's supposed to look like a TV. The worst screen you want to use. That's why they darken the environment. They darken the environment so when that screen basically pushes light, it's able to absorb it. I can paint that environment bone white. And I can stick a black screen in there and you won't see 1 ounce of light hit anywhere in that environment. It'll all absorb to the screen. Infinity ceilings for another step right there. How in the world are you going to operate a gray and white screen on a ceiling in your dedicated theater room? So instead of you seeing the same little starlight ceiling, you know, little bits of stars, they move around just a little bit here and there. Spent how much for that thing?
somewhere between $10,000 to $20,000 to have a little bit of optic fiber lighting in your environment to just pull up the same thing over and over again, I can show an entire galaxy with the lights on. So this is something you can't achieve with the gray and white screen. Gunmetal screen is going to be an issue because, again, like I said, how are you going to get it up there anyway? They don't make the screen paint. Oh, I forgot we do. So that's not going to work. Now see, while you watch your little tiny stars, you can watch an entire universe move around my screen. Isn't that gorgeous? I can make it snow. I can turn the screen to liquid. I can put a space station up there spinning around if I want to. I even have the lights on when I'm doing it. Not a problem. I don't have to worry about this, but some people do. That your lady don't want you turning your living room into a cave at the end of the day because she's the one that decorated. That's why men got to sit there and argue about having big screen TVs in there because she don't want to turn her living room into a cave. If you get a TV, it's better. Because the TV, that means you can have your lights on and she can read her books and enjoy her beautiful living room at the same time while you watch your big screen. But with our technology, you can be in a fully lit environment with a giant, massive movie theater screen. I can even do your ceiling if you want, if she lets you do it. And you can do this. Because we can project off a ceiling to show a solar system. What do you think we can do against a wall in a day? That's easy. Let's look that up real quick. Infinity projection screens. Oh, sorry. Infinity ceilings. Infinity ceilings for dedicated theaters. There we go. Well, that's us right there, of course. So let's look at these infinity screens for this ceiling. And let's see what the cost of this is going to cost the customers. Alright, so this is the infinity ceiling right here. Can we blow it up a little bigger than that, can't we? Alright, there we go. So you got your star system right there, got your bar light around it, that's basically about it. That's it. You're going to spend all that money and look at the same system over and over and over again. Yeah. So let's go with the cost of one of these things. What is the price for an infinity ceiling for a dedicated theater room? Let's see what the price for these things. Oh wait, to make sure they spell it right. What is the price for an infinity ceiling for a dedicated theater room? Yeah, that's what I put in there. Someone can give me a sticker shock price for this thing. And also too, depends on your size too. So we're talking about in the price range of $20K to $40K to get one of those ceilings put in. What does it cost my customers? Roughly around $389. Quasar does both. So Quasars can be installed to ceilings and they can be installed to screens and they can put in fully lit environments. Let me go over here for a minute. Now, if you were to do an advanced version, you put a sheet of plexiglass over top of it. Over the top room, you can actually install a projector that will actually push through, and you can have your projector on the other side. Which I'm going to build a room just like that when I build my my dream house. That's me painting. Oh, and that entire room is painted in screen paint, by the way. Oh, here we go. Oops, let me get that back up there. It says big no for gray screen paints and dedicated theaters. Well, you don't know anything about basically home theater installments. When it comes to dedicated, you definitely don't know. You don't put gray screens in there. They sat there and said that a gray screen is the best screen to put in for a dedicated theater room. Nobody, I built one. You can't use gray screens in there. They don't work at all, period. Can't read blue, because that wouldn't come up. Couldn't get the blue to register correctly. So that failed. Couldn't get red to work. That didn't work either. So, see what the colors didn't work on here? Couldn't get orange to work. Green didn't work. Nothing. None of the color patterns would read. Nothing would pick up. Projector's 5,000 lumens. It's a full 1080p projector, Chrissy. And the venue wouldn't pick it up. Other certified screens, they wouldn't read either. More color patterns, wouldn't pick up. So next to our technology, that's how gray, white, and certified screens come up in a dedicated theater room. They don't read. I can't wait to show all this off. Can't wait to get my office set up in my conference room so we can show all this off to everybody. Not going to be just being showed on YouTube. It's going to be in expos. It's going to be in trade shows. It's going to be everywhere. We're going to be doing these demonstrations. So without that Infinity 1 contrast level, look at the certified screens, look at the gray screen paints, look at the white surfaces. They don't read anything at all. That's what you're picking up in your dedicated theater room. So tell me I'm not going to have a problem selling that product on the market. Alright, I think I'm done with my whole... Because I do back up everything I talk about. I like to come in here and say things that are not true. If I tell you that a gray screen is no good in a dedicated theater room, they don't pick up on any projectors whatsoever. Gunmetals are too expensive at the end of the day. And yes, sooner or later you're going to see all black certified screens pop up showing that black screens are more superior. And again, companies like Elite and all these big companies, they've been around for years. So they have the experience. They know what they're doing. But when it comes to people who have not been around long enough, and they're going to lie on the specification sheets, especially when the screen comes out gray the first time around, that's a bad sign. That's an extremely bad sign. All right, people, I got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.